Hey everybody, it's Laura. Today we're going to work on balance and core. All activities will be standing. Hand weights or dumbbells are optional, so go grab those if you want them. You will need a mat. Some activities are on the floor. If you don't want to get on the floor, grab a chair or a bench so you can put your body in an incline. So while you go get those, I'm going to start the timer. Today's core session is all standing, and a couple of things will be on the floor like I said before, but if you don't want to be on the floor, grab a chair or a bench and use that for an incline. A dumbbell is optional. I'll show both options. Each session has 5 activities. They'll last about 5 minutes. I don't know how long this session is going to last, probably 20-25 minutes. Before I start the timer, here you go, your reverse wood chop. Right foot behind you, left foot in front. You come up here, then we're going to add a knee raise before you return. Alright, so that's a little bit of balance, core and balance. 45 seconds. Ready? Reverse wood chop. While you're up here, bring it down to your knee raise, come back up, and then return. So wood chop, chop down to knee raise, up and back. Wood chop, chop down to knee raise. If dumbbell or whatever, if you're holding a weight and it's messing up your form, drop the weight. It's really not necessary. This is more of a balance activity. Keep your core tight, keep your abs engaged, and you'll work on your core too. So chop up, chop down the knee raise, back up, and then return. One more, up, chop down the knee raise, up, and return. Very good. All right, we're going to do a plie squat with elbow to knee. This will be 1 minute. So, or a sumo squat. Same thing, okay, stance is wide. Feet are pointing out. You drop down. Hold this position. Here's your first option. Elbow, your right elbow to right knee, left elbow to left knee. So this is option 1. You come up in between, but you don't come up out of that squat. So stay in the sumo squat position. Tap your elbow to each knee. Right elbow to right knee, left elbow to left knee. Now if you want a progression, go side to side. Keep your elbows wide and tap the middle of your thigh with your elbow while remaining in the sumo squat. So yeah, you're getting a little bit of leg action in too. So we're going to repeat these. We're going to repeat this activity. So don't wear yourself out. All right, again, this is your progression. And this one is a minute. I guess I should have told you that. The balance activities are 45 seconds and the core is 1 minute. All right, reverse wood chop, and then we're going to add that knee raise in there. No weight this time. I'll demo without weight. Just clasp your hands together. Have your left leg behind. You're going to do, reverse wood chop. So start your hip, go up, then chop down to knee raise, back up, and then down. So swing up, chop down to knee raise, back up, and back down. So it's a reverse wood chop, chop to knee raise, back, and then lower. Make sure that left foot is behind you in a staggered stance, so you're getting good rotation in your waist. You should feel it's in your lats and your obliques. So reverse wood chop, chop down the knee raise, back up, and then return. Wood chop, down the knee raise, up, and return. Reverse wood chop, down the knee raise, and return. Nice job. We're going to repeat those sumo squats with side bends. So again, stance is wide, feet are pointed out. Lower into that plie squat and don't come out unless you feel your hamstrings pulling. So stay here. Let's do this first. Left elbow to left knee, come up, right elbow to right knee, and return. Okay, so this is your move. Tap, come back up, but don't come out of your squat. Up, good. Now if you want to do that progression, again, this is a minute. The balance activity is 45 seconds. Core is a minute. Balance 45, core is a minute. Then we're going to do cardio for 45 seconds. But if you want to progress, go ahead and do the side bends where your elbows stay wide and you touch about the middle part of your thigh, staying in that sumo squat. Stretch your lats just a little bit more. Make sure your hands are touching your ears, not pulling them, just touching them. That way your head follows your hands and you're targeting the intended muscles. Great. Now we're going to do the cardio portion. This will be 45 seconds. We're going to do high knees, and then kind of swing your hands side to side, wave them like you just don't care. All right, so go ahead and get your knees up and just get your arms overhead from side to side and then add a tap. All right, so here's lateral arm swing, I guess you'd call it. Side to side arm swing. Bring those knees up. Keep your feet close to each other so you're not sloppy. So every fifth activity is going to be something just to get your heart rate up some. Still working on your core. And this is the last activity in set 1. So after this, if you need a sip of water, you go grab it. I will put a little 10-second break on the video if you need it. All right, again, if you need water, go grab it now, and I'll see you in a few seconds. Set 2. If you choose an incline option for activity number 5, because it will be on the mat, go ahead and grab your chair, your bench, your stool, whatever, or grab your mat or towel. But first we're going to do balance and then core and then balance and then core. First balance activity is going to be front to back kick with the right leg, 45 seconds. Then we'll get a 15-second break, and then we'll do a core activity, and then we'll do balance on the other side, repeat the core, and then mountain climbers. All right, so right leg, front to back. Balance on your left leg, get that leg up there, your right one, then lean forward as you extend it behind you. This is for balance. If you need to tap, that's perfectly acceptable. If you have nothing wrong with your balance, then you don't need to worry about it. But if you have to tap, then tap, regroup, and then rejoin. Never give up on an activity just because it feels like it's too challenging. Just stay focused. Front and back. Let's do one more. Get that knee up. Front and back. Very good. All right. 1 minute core activity is going to be a standing wave. You can grab a dumbbell if you want to, or a medicine ball, or anyway, just don't make it too heavy. All right. Feet are about a little bit wider than your hips. Start your right knee here, then swing your arms over your head to your left knee. Get a little bend there so you're not hurting your knees. So you're just waving like a big rainbow or a big wave. So, and make sure you face the direction. So when you swing over, you want to face to the right, then go over your head and face to the left. Okay? So you can pivot your feet if you need to, if it's hurting your knees. Go ahead and pivot with your feet. Just don't bend down too low, because you really want to get some good rotation in your waist. Over the head. Make sure you go all the way over the head. 15 seconds. Then we'll do that front to back kick with the left leg. Good. One more right. One more left. Awesome. All right. Front to back kick with the left leg. So this time you'll balance on your right. Again, take your time with these balance activities. Okay? Catch your breath. We're staying standing. We're remaining standing during the whole time. So it's okay if your heart rate stays up. It's those sessions where you're going up and down a lot where you really got to monitor your heart rate. Back. Stay grounded in that foot. If you need to tap, just tap. Find your balance, and then join back in the activity. Once you do these over and over, and you start to see some progression, you'll look back and say, wow, I remember when I couldn't do one front kick, and now I'm doing 45 seconds of a front to back kick with no tapping. I want you to be impressed with yourself. All right, let's do that standing wave. I'm not going to use a dumbbell, so just in case you're not using any weight, clasp your hands together, okay? So again, start with your right knee. Wave over your head and stop at that left knee. Now, I'm not having any weight, so I can go a little bit faster as long as I don't mess with my form. So when you're doing standing core like this, if you're holding weight, you don't want it to be too heavy because you don't want to put your back at risk for injury. So make sure you monitor your form and your range of motion before you speed it up, especially if you're holding weights. We got 30 seconds left. We're halfway through. Actually, about 25 seconds now. So wave over. Pivot with your feet so you don't want to damage your knees by twisting too much on your knees. Just make sure you rotate over the head. Stop here. Over, stop here. Good. Finish on the right and then on the left. Nice. Okay, mountain climbers. Option, you can get on the mat or do an incline. I'll show you on the incline for this. All right. So if you've got a bench or a chair that you're using, I'm going to use Liebert equalizer bars. If you know that, you want to get in plank position. Your basic mountain climber is bringing your knee to your chest. It's not a knee tuck. You're just bringing one knee up at a time. Once you've got that, speed it up. This is 45 seconds. It's your last activity in this set. And then we'll take a quick break. And then we'll move on to set 3. So we're doing the cardio at the end to give your heart a little bit time to come down some before you go on that next set. Nice. All right. Take your break. I'll see you in a few seconds. Welcome to set 3. This may be a little challenging. This balance activity is going to be a crossover, single leg crossover crunch. So you're going to raise your knee, your right knee, and do a double tap. So we'll call it tap, tap. Right elbow, left elbow. That's your balance, but it's also core, all right? So let me show you. We got about 8 seconds. You're going to raise that knee, tap, and then cross over and tap, and then lower. Okay, so you do get a little break in this balance activity. All right, ready? So we're going to the right first. So raise your right knee, tap it with your right elbow, cross over, and tap with your left elbow, and then return. Back up, double tap, and then return. Don't put your foot all the way down on the mat, just your toes. So you stay grounded in that left foot. Up, tap, tap. Knee up, tap, and then cross over. Knee up, tap, and tap. Knee up, tap, and tap. Good job. Get good rotation here and here, especially when you're crossing over. One more. Tap and tap. Well, actually, we can do one more. Tap and tap. Good. Okay, now we're going to do a side lunge with a reach. So right, side lunge to the right. Your foot is pointed out just a little bit. This is going to be a minute, all right? Hands over your head. Crunch to the right. This is a side crunch. And then to the left, staying in that side lunge position. Bend to the left. So you're crunching as a side crunch or oblique crunch on both sides. We're just sneaking in a little leg activity. Make sure that right knee stays bent. Oh, good job. Go slow and with control. We're doing this for a minute. No need for speed. I would not suggest that you hold dumbbells for this, simply because it involves your back and you don't want to mess up with your form. Very good. Reach and crunch and reach and crunch. Nice. Stay in that lunge. reach, and crunch. Last one. Nice. All right. Okay, so the knee up with a double tap, crossover, whatever you want to call it, on the left side. So you lift up that right or left knee. Stay grounded in your right foot. Hands by your ears. Tongue tied again today. It seems to happen a lot. Left knee up. Tap with the left elbow, cross over, tap with that right, and then lower. But just stay on your toes, all right? So you don't want to lose your balance on that right foot. Left leg comes up. Tap, cross over and tap, and then lower, come right back up, all right? Tap, cross over. So this is balance, but it's also abs and obliques. You'll feel it here, especially when you cross over. Knee up, tap, tap. Good job. Don't bring your left knee to your right elbow. Bring your right elbow to your left knee. Tap, and then whoops, cross over. Tap. Good job. All right, let's repeat that. Lunge again, side lunge to the left side. So your left knee will be bent. Now some side lunges your foot will be forward. But most of the time I like to have mine to the side just because we're doing other activities. All right, so anyway, stay in that side lunge. Side bend to the left. Then come up out of that. Don't move fast. Use control because you're targeting those lower back muscles. If your form is correct, you'll feel this in your obliques and in your lower back. So make sure you get a good reach over, and then reach back, crunch into the side. Good job. So when you crunch to the left, you just rest your elbow on that bent knee, and crunch over here, you can just kind of make a little wheel. Good. So crunch and reach. Crunch and reach. Nice job. After this, we're going to do burpees. There's really not an incline option for burpees. So if you do not want to be on the floor to do burpees, then repeat the mountain climbers in the incline position. I'll show you two options for burpees. All right, I'm going to show you. First, we'll just start with burpees. All right. So you're on the floor. Well, I'm just going to show you from the side, okay? It's kind of fast. Hands on the floor. Jump back into plank. Jump back in, and you can hop. So it'll get your heart rate up, okay? So hands on the mat. Jump back, forward, and hop. Hands to the mat. Jump back into plank, and hop. Now, if you don't want to jump, you can have hands on the mat. Step back, step forward, and stand, okay? So hands on the mat. Step back. Go into plank, step forward, and stand. You're still going to get your heart rate up. It's just you don't need to jump around if it bothers your back. So again, you can jump and jump forward and up, or you can go down, step back, step forward, and stand. All right, so those are your options for burpees. Take a quick break. I'll see you for set 4. Set 4, final set. We're going to do a crossover crunch, which if you'll remember from previous videos, from standing core videos, this is a crossover crunch, but we're going to do one side at a time. So we're going to challenge your balance a little bit more. So hand by your ear, right arm, or right elbow out, left leg is out. All right, and you're going to cross over and tap your elbow to your knee. Now if you want to tap the mat in between, that's fine. Just tap it with your toes, or you can just cross over and then extend that foot to the side and repeat. So you can make this your balance activity, which it is a balance activity. So get that leg up there, challenge your balance, cross over and crunch. Good job. If we're having too much problem, if it's too difficult to maintain that balance, it's okay to tap, but just don't rest your foot. Get that range of motion. I get that elbow back there and cross over. Good job. Stay grounded in that right foot. Even if you're tapping with your left foot, you're still challenging your balance. Nice. All right. Squat with rotation. If you're going to use weight, grab it, hold it. If you're using a dumbbell, just hold it by the ends. We're going to squat down, then we'll stand up, and then we'll rotate to the right. Okay? So squat, stand, and then rotate. Then come back. Squat, stand, and rotate. Good. squat, stand, rotate. You can hold the dumbbell at your waist here, or you can hold it at your chest. Wherever it doesn't, you're targeting your back muscles, but you don't want to strain them. So sometimes, whoops, here, hand placement makes a big difference, all right? I'm adding a little curl in here too when I'm squatting. You want to progress a little bit. When you twist, extend your arms. So extend them. That's a little progression option there. You can throw in a curl, twist. Let's do a couple more. Squat, twist to the right, squat, twist to the right. All kinds of options where to hold your hands, okay? All right, let's do that crossover, crunch. Left elbow, sorry, to right knee. So that means you're balancing on your left foot. Get that elbow up there, wide. Hang on to your ear with that left hand. Crossover, tap that knee with that elbow. And just barely put that foot down, or you don't need to put it down at all. You can just leave it up. If you can stay balanced on that left foot, just make sure you're crossing over and crunching. So this is a core and a balance activity. So even if you're just tapping like I am, you're still challenging your balance because most of your weight is on that left foot. Cross over and down. 10 seconds. You can do it. Good. One more. Nice. All right. So that squat with rotation again. This time we'll go to the left. And again, weight is optional. I'll demo without weight. It's optional. You don't need it for any of these activities. If you're not going to use weight, you do whatever with your hands. Feet are hip width apart, facing forward, because you're going to squat first. Come out, rotate to the left, come back. Squat, stand, and rotate. Squat, stand, and rotate. Again, hand placement won't matter as much when you're not holding additional weight. So, you notice I'm just holding it at my chest. You can extend those arms here. Get a little bit more rotation out of your back. Squat. And then rotate. Squat. So, if you want to extend those arms, that's okay. It just gives you a little bit more rotation, but it's not necessary. Squat. Twist to the left. Squat. Twist to the left. And we just have one more activity. Cardio. And we're done. We're going to do crisscross mountain climbers. Alright, so I'm going to do them on the mat. If you want to do them on the incline, you probably did your mountain climbers on an incline, so you know how to do it. But I'm going to demo these on the mat. Crisscross mountain climbers is your knee comes to the opposite elbow, and then you alternate. Alright, so knee to opposite elbow. Don't worry about your range of motion. Focus on your form more. Your hands should be right underneath your shoulders if you're on the mat. Once you've got your form, pick up your speed. This is internal hip rotation. It's a great way to end a set. And again, don't worry about your range of motion. Focus more on form. The range of motion will get there as you progress in your training. All right, and that is it. We're done. Wow, I'm a little out of breath from that. Great job. Thank you for sticking with me. I enjoy your company. Even though I don't hear you or see you, I know you're there. So thanks, and I'll see you soon.